Hi, families. My name is Rohana de los Santos. I'm an educator at the New Haven Museum, and I'm here today to walk you through the making of drums that we'll be using for our Bomba performance. Make sure you've gathered all your supplies, most of which you should find in your kit. You have the coffee can with the lid. Make sure you take out the coffee first. Parents, feel free to make some coffee as you're doing this activity. You'll need black tape, a pen or pencil, scissors, a fabric square, and if you choose, you can paint your coffee can before getting started. If you choose to do that, please make sure that you leave plenty of time for your can to dry before you move on to the next step. You don't want to tape you don't want to tape your black tape to a wet can. When you're ready, you are going to lay down your piece of fabric. If there's a back of the fabric, a lighter side, you're going to trace on that side. You're laying down the lid of your coffee can and tracing that circle around the outside of the lid. When you look at your tracing, I want you to imagine about half an inch to an inch past your line, and that's where you're going to cut your circle. Okay, and you can see that in the image of step number 2. When you have your cut out piece of fabric, you're going to lay that on top of your empty coffee can. Okay, you should see that it sits a little bit past the rim of the lid. And you're going to put your lid back on top of your coffee can. You might have to squeeze it on a little bit. And what you'll see is a little bit of fabric left over on the sides of your can. If it looks like number 4, then you're doing it right. You're then going to take your black tape and use that tape to make the can look like a barrel. Okay, so you can do this a little bit differently in those examples. You can see that there's there's 2 rings around the center, there's a ring around the bottom, and there's a ring at the top to kind of hold down the top and the fabric. There's some notches that are also included in those pictures. You can change it up. You can do 1 ring around the center. You could skip the ring around the center if you'd like. It's entirely up to you. Barrels come in all shapes and sizes. Use your imagination as you're doing this next part. And that's it. You have your drum. You're ready to go. You're ready for the performance. I hope it looks as beautiful as these examples. I hope it's more beautiful than these examples. And have a wonderful, wonderful drumming time as you watch Bomba.